Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I'm of course your host Aaron, and today we are going to talk about WWE Saturday Night Main Event that took place in Tampa, Florida at the Yingling Center. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. Saturday Night Main Event was nothing out of the extraordinary. It didn't blow me away, and if it blew you away, I have no idea what program you were watching, because this felt more or less like a Monday Night Raw on a Saturday night. It started off with a bang because we got CM Punk and Sami Zayn, who were taking on Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. And as soon as the bell rang, or I should say as soon as CM Punk and Sami Zayn made their way onto the ring apron, they came in the ring and they went at it. And it also spilled out of the ring. Braun Breaker got a crazy dive onto the announcer's desk and knocked off Sami Zayn's head. When we got back into the ring after the commercial break, it was CM Punk taking on Seth Rollins. He was beating his ass, and then Seth Rollins was able to get a pedigree for a 2 count. This match was banging. You had Seth Rollins, who got a Pop Rocks courtesy of CM Punk, a little bit of a hello to Roxanne Perez. Sami Zayn almost getting the victory over Braun Breaker, but twice when he tried to hit the hell of a kick. Once he got held by Seth Rollins, and 2, he got held back by Paul Heyman. And while all this was going on, CM Punk was on the outside of the ring, and then someone out of nowhere pummeled into that sumbitch, and it turned out to be Big Bronson Reed, taking out CM Punk. Sami Zayn was distracted. Braun Breaker got the spear, and the 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker pick up the victory. I'm going to give this match an up because it was CM Punk, and everyone traded really good moves, even though, was there a close call? I don't even think CM Punk actually got a GTS in this match. And following the match afterwards, CM Punk tried to get Paul Heyman's leg, tried to beat the shit out of him, but then Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker held him down, and then Bronson Reed hit a tsunami and murdered CM Punk. And that was the beginning of Saturday Night Main Event, and it was banging, you know what I mean? All right, then we had the second match, which was Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega. I think that was the second match. This match was nothing. They fought so many times over the last couple weeks. Chelsea Green lost her title to Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega, of course, is the reigning champion, and she won with, I think, like, I don't know, a sunset flip or some kind of thing off the top rope, and Chelsea Green was all busted open and bloody. In the beginning of the match, I had really high hopes for Chelsea Green, because she was fucking being, like, very, very strong, very arrogant, very dominant and shit like that, and then she kind of, like, fell off, and it was a wonky match. There was a little botches. Zelina Vega screwed up a 619. People were booing her and shit like that. And yeah, Zelina Vega picked up the 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give this match a down because it definitely isn't their best match. And it wasn't really fun. Your normal other matches are, they're alright. They're fun. Shit like that. And this one was not. Let's see. The third match on the card. Let's just go with Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. It was a steel cage match. This match was fire. I gotta tell you guys, both these men tried to kill each other inside the steel cage. They were slamming each other back and forth. Drew McIntyre hit a suplex off Damian Priest from the top. And it was just a back and forth. Drew McIntyre hit a Claymore, got a 2 count, got back up, hit us out to heaven on Damian Priest. Then he got a chair, was beating the shit out of Damian Priest. And then Damian Priest got the chair, bopped into Drew McIntyre's neck. He was all hurt and shit like that. He hit us out to heaven onto the chair, hit a concerto, and then walked out of the ring. And when he walked out, he collapsed, and he won the match. So I'm going to give this one, I'm giving this a down. The reason I'm giving it a down is because I like Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest really didn't have to win. I don't know. If you're a Damian Priest fan, me personally, I'm really not. And the match that I forgot in the middle of all this was a banger. It wasn't really a banger. It was actually a pretty quick match. It was Cena, that's right, John Cena versus R. Cena. Now, what did they call him? Ron Cena? Sorry, it was Ron Cena. John Cena came out, he did his little shitty spiel, and then you had R-Truth who came out, who was dressed from top to toe in Cena's good red gear. So he was a good guy, came out like his childhood hero. He came into the ring. Cena, of course, hit his 5 moves of doom, and when he tried to get that attitude adjustment, R-Truth reversed it, hit a little bit of 5-knuckle shuffle himself, hit an AA adjustment on John Cena, and got a 2 count. After that, John Cena was pissed as shit. He wasn't happy. He started beating the shit out of R-Truth. And then he got the belt. And when he was about to hit R-Truth, it looked like he had a little change of heart. It was like, I don't want to do this. I can't really do this. I can't. He handed the belt to the ref. And when he gave it to the ref turned his back. John Cena shook R-Truth's hand, kicked him in the balls, and then hit an AA. And then hit the 1, 2, 3. John Cena walks out the winner. I'm going to give this some bitchin' up because it was an alright match. Plus, seeing R-Truth in a match on a pay-per-view or a somewhat pay-per-view, it's not a PLE, it's just an extra thing on NBC or whatever the fuck it is. But it was good. And I really was hoping that John Cena was going to beat the shit out of R-Truth, like horribly. Like a, what's his name, Jim Ross beatdown kind of shit, where everyone's just like booing the shit out of you. They missed an opportunity. I'm going to give this, I already gave this match an up, right? Let's just move on. I'm a little congested if you can't hear it, and it's not making me too happy right now. And then the last following match we got to talk about is Logan Paul versus the Raw Champion, Jey Uso. Now, this match, I'll be honest with you, I was not really feeling. Logan Paul's character is kind of weak. He does the same shit in every single program he does. He always talks about, I'm this, I'm blah, 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 blah. It's very hard to invest in a guy like that. He's very one-sided. He's not a well-rounded character. And though he is great in the ring and shit like that, he doesn't do it for me, folks. He's an okay wrestler. To make a long story short, it was a pretty good match, traded attacks back and forth. Logan Paul got the punch on Jey Uso. Jey Uso tried to get a splash. He hit the splash for a 2 count. It actually just came down to the ending of the match, which was the best part of the match, I would probably have to say, is when John Cena came in and started beating the shit out of Jey Uso. I don't know if there was something that happened earlier in the show or if he said something to him on SmackDown or Raw. I've got no idea. But John Cena came in and started beating the shit out of Jey Uso. I was like, shit. Logan Paul's going to pick up the victory. Maybe this is going to tie into the celebrity shit and The Rock. Possibly. And it did not, because it was the return of Cody Rhodes, who stormed down to the ring, beat the shit out of John Cena, threw him out. Jey Uso was able to get a spear, splash from the top rope, 1, 2, 3, beat Logan Paul. I'm going to give this whole spiel all together and I'll give it an up. But in all actuality, I really don't want to really give it an up, but I already did. And then Cody Rhodes challenged John Cena and Logan Paul at Money in the Bank versus Jey Uso and himself. So, yeah, I guess that's the main event for that card. Anyway, overall, WWE Saturday Night Main Event, I'm going to give this some bitch a down. Even though I gave some of the matches an up, overall, it's getting a down. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me at 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time when we have more stuff, more things, and, of course, more of me. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.